Hello again, everybody. My name is Cassandra and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be putting together some ham and bean soup. My beans are already soaked overnight and they're on the stove starting to boil. So I'm going to get my, first I'm going to get my aromatics, my onion, my garlic, my carrot, because that's really the only vegetable I have to put in it. All my seasonings sauteed together. I have a ham bone. It's not very big, but it's from a ham hock I had in my freezer for a couple of years, so it really needs out, even though it's only been as a bone in my freezer for a little bit. And then my honey ham I bought around Thanksgiving time when it was on sale. I'm gonna toss that in. A little bit of seasonings. I always have some chicken bouillon if it needs something else, and all that jazz. I have my seasoning, my spice rack, whatever you want to call it. But first things first, I need to get my vegetables chopped up and starting to saute. Okay, got my onion, carrot, and garlic in here. My beans are cooking over there. They haven't started boiling yet, so I have plenty of time. I'm going to do a kind of broth with the ham bone. I don't know what it's going to taste like, so I'm only going to lightly season everything right now in case it gives a bunch of ham flavor. And I'm not going to put my diced ham in until I put the beans in. That way I don't have my ham get all waterlogged from boiling in my broth. You know. So, yeah. That's about good. I'm going to add some water. I'm going to do 6 cups and see what I think. Agua. Yeah, I think I need a little bit more. So, about 8 cups of water. I want to be able to cover my ham bone. I know I have a big pot because my other pot has my beans in it, and you know, it is what it is. So I have a ham bone. I'm going to need some more water. 1 sec. Okay, in retrospect, I should have put my beans in this pot and that in that pot, but I'm not going to add more than that. I added another couple cups. So there's about, what was it? 8, 12, so there's between 10 and 12 cups of water, but that's fine. I don't mind extra broth. I just need to season it a little bit more than I was planning. So we're gonna get salt. I can add more later. I'm gonna go ahead and toss bay leaf in. Why? I don't know. I don't actually know what bay leaves do, but seems like the thing to do when you make soup. Couple bay leaves. And no, I don't do I had someone complaining that I don't do recipes. Unless I have a recipe that I followed, and then I'll put a link. Otherwise, it's all kind of by eye. Celery salt, there's probably like a teaspoonish. I don't have celery to put in, so. Yeah, I thought I had celery in my freezer. Apparently, I already used it at some point. I'm going to do some white pepper. Whoops, make a mess. A couple of dashes. So that's probably like a half a teaspoon. But yeah, the ground pepper goes a while. You don't want to use a whole lot of it or you're gonna overtax your taste buds. But my beans are gonna take about 1.5 hours to cook, so I'm gonna let this go for about 1.5 hours. And we'll taste it and see what it feels like and what it needs. Just an easy peasy soup, not a whole lot to it. Celery would be good in here. I don't have celery. I don't know what else you could put in here. Probably more carrots, but I don't want to eat into my kids' lunch carrots too much, so this will be good for me. It's going to have a ton of beans in it, and it's going to be tasty, hopefully. It should be. I have chicken broth. I have tons of seasonings. If it tastes bland, I can make it work. All right, it's been about almost 2 hours. I'm going to get my bone out. Not sure if the meat's going to be worth a whole lot, but we'll see in a minute. I'm going to get my diced ham in. I just took the skins off because I don't really like them. And my beans. They look nice and creamy. See if I can get it without messing up. Ah! Okay, I don't need the skins. Well, that is basically what we got. I'm gonna let everything warm back up because the ham was cold. And then we'll give it a taste test. I'm gonna see if I can get any meat off that ham shank, but I don't think I can. But yeah. I have way too much broth, so I'm going to let it probably boil down a little bit. But, yeah, easy peasy soup. Can use canned beans. I could have cooked them in the Instant Pot, but I have yet cooked beans in the Instant Pot and have them taste right. So I will be back in a little bit and we'll do a little taste test. Okay, so I finally found my bay leaves, which is awesome. And this is actually pretty bland, sadly. The ham flavor's coming through, but the broth itself is not what I would like. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon or so of chicken bouillon. Bouillon. A little bit more of my white pepper. Just a couple little shakes. And I actually cannot taste the celery salt, which is weird because usually that flavor bumps out at me really hard. We're going to add maybe like 1/8 of a teaspoon more. And I'm not going to add more salt until the bouillon has a chance to do its thing. Thankfully my beans are starting to break apart a little bit, so my soup doesn't look quite so frothy. But at this point it's just flavoring it until you like the way it tastes, and then it'll be time to eat. I like my beans to be really, really soft, so I'm probably going to let it cook for another half hour or so before I eat it. Keep tasting it as I go, because the beans will soak up some salt too. I did salt the bean water, but you know, beans take flavor like everything else does. And it's going to be a simple ham and bean soup. Nothing fancy. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my little video. If you do, you can toss me a like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Later!